You ever notice how some people walk into a room and everybody just knows not to mess with them? Yeah, I used to think that was all about size, belts, trophies until I watched the smallest, quietest person in the room make an entire dojo fall dead silent, all without throwing a single punch. You know what I mean? They say strength speaks for itself, but I swear to you, sometimes silence is so powerful, it'll make even the loudest guy in the room shut up and listen. So let me back up a sec. It's a Saturday morning at Arlington Martial Arts Center in Texas. Place smells like sweat and mat cleaner. Echoes with the slap of bare feet and those sharp, practiced yells like war drums rolling. Everyone's hyped for belt testing, but the real draw that day is the open challenge. See, anyone can put their name down, try to prove they belong, no matter their background. That's when some joker points at the sign-up list and scoffs. Who put Carter on here? Isn't that the janitor's kid? A black girl, Aaliyah Carter-Nobody's seen her spar. Most haven't even heard her speak. The whispers ripple out, some mean, some just curious. Aaliyah's just standing there in a faded red t-shirt, old black leggings, hair tied back, no GI, no belt, eyes calm as a pond before a storm. She signs her name in neat print. Doesn't say a word, and honestly, it makes people more uncomfortable than if she'd thrown a fit. Master Dylan, the head instructor, silver hair, big on reputation, big on being undefeated, glances at her name and just shakes his head. This is a joke. But the rules are the rules. Anyone present, waiver signed, can compete. So she waits, alone, no friend in the crowd, but there's something about the way she stands. Later I'd learned she'd been trained since she was 6, every morning and late night, by her grandpa, a guy nobody here knew, but whose reputation would soon shake the foundations of that bright, polished dojo. Testing starts. You can feel the nerves in the air, all these students lined up, bowing, hoping to advance. After an hour, Dylan calls for the open challenge. He can't help but smirk when he calls Aaliyah's name. Some students jeer. You sure? Didn't see a broom in your hand. But she just bows, silent. The room quiets, a weird tension creeping in. Dylan says he'll spar her himself if she can last 60 seconds. He'll put her on the reserve list. Sounds fair, right? Except nobody expects her to last 10 seconds. First strike, he is sidekick meant to intimidate, not injure. He's not going easy, but he isn't looking to hospitalize a janitor's kid either. The kick slices through the air. Aaliyah just tilts, pivots. The kick misses her by inches. Not fast, just impossibly precise. The dojo hushes. Nobody laughs now. Dylan fakes, spins, throws combinations. She steps, turns, lets his attacks sail past as if she's always known where he'll land. The assistant coach murmurs. She's not dodging by instinct, she's reading him. And that's when the grins start fading. Minute ticks by. Dylan's breathing heavier, sweat beading on his brow, while Aaliyah hasn't even lifted her hands to strike back. She's not just evading. She's controlling the whole match with timing and distance, like she's done this dance 1,000 times in her mind. The students' whispers turn into stunned silence. In the far corner, Aaliyah's mother, Mrs. Darlene, peeks in, mop bucket set aside, hands clasped tight. You can see the hope and fear battling on her face. Her daughter isn't just holding her own. She's rewriting the rules. Then it happens. Dylan, frustrated, launches a full-force roundhouse, no holding back. Aaliyah steps in, taps a shin, just a feather-light touch, and bam, Dylan hits the mat. Silence falls like a curtain. Not a knockout, not a dramatic flip, just a master collapsing under his own force, brought down by the girl no one thought deserved to step on the mat. Aaliyah stands over him, not smug, not gloating, just serene. Dylan stares up, defeated not by strength, but by something deeper: composure, control, a kind of respect that can't be earned with muscle alone. The whispers start again, but now they sound more like awe. She never even hit him, someone says, and you can see it ripple through every person who'd ever looked down on her. Dylan struggles up, face flushed, pride in tatters, but instead of anger, there's a quiet shock. Who taught you? He finally manages. Aaliyah bows, just barely, and says, I came to prove something to myself, and to my mother, so she'd know all the years spent cleaning this floor weren't wasted. The crowd's heads drop. For a moment, the whole room feels the weight of every time they've dismissed someone without really seeing them. A brown belt student, one who'd laughed earlier, steps forward, voice trembling. "I'm sorry for what I said." Aaliyah just nods, no resentment. Then her mom walks in, still in uniform, tears on her face. Aaliyah takes her hand, whispers, "You made it." You see, right then, that strength isn't just about the body, it's about every sacrifice made in silence. Master Dylan publicly, in front of everyone, scratches Aaliyah's name off the challenge list, then rewrites it at the top of the official state tournament roster. He bows to her. "I was wrong. Today I learned something." The room bows, too. A little Asian kid looked down on because his dad works in the cafeteria approaches Aaliyah. "Will you teach me?" And she replies, "If you understand that martial arts is about making sure nobody can look down on you again, not about being better than someone." The story doesn't end there, not even close. The video goes viral. People from other dojos start showing up, wanting to learn not just how to hit, but how to stand. Tyler, the arrogant black belt, challenges her next, wants to prove she's a fluke. She accepts, but with one condition: no points, no timer. Match ends when someone can't go on. The dojo gathers, breathless. Tyler charges, she dodges, pivots, lets him fall again, not a single punch thrown. Tyler's pride collapses, but instead of lashing out, he apologizes. Aaliyah bows. What matters isn't falling, gets whether you stand back up with humility. One by one, the students who once mocked her line up to apologize. Master Dylan, in front of everyone, awards her a special black belt. Carter, internal lineage. Not for rank, but for embodying the spirit of martial arts. That evening, as the dojo empties, Aaliyah and her mother stay behind to mop the mats like always. But misses. Darlene pauses, eyes bright. "Now, I seen one of that was a waste." Word spreads. More students show up, even former bullies, even outsiders. Aaliyah's new dojo opens, just an old shack rebuilt by hands that used to scoff at her. Her first students? The overlooked, the anxious, the bullied, the ones who never thought they belong anywhere. They come not to fight, but to find themselves. Not everybody's happy, though. A rival master, Roderick Kane, issues a public challenge. If Aaliyah loses, her lineage is erased. In front of hundreds at the state arena, Kane comes at her with everything: armor, gloves, the works. She doesn't run. She doesn't strike. On his 14th attack, she pivots, extends an arm, lets him trip over his own power. Kane crashes, stunned. In front of everyone, he bows. "I was wrong. True strength is humility." The Carter lineage is reinstated. The line outside her little dojo grows longer every day. Bullied teens, single moms, ex-fighters, even doubters, because here, you learn how to stand, not just how to fight. So yeah, if you think you've ever been underestimated, or if you believe that real strength isn't about who can hit harder, but who can stand taller, you already know whose side you're on. Tell me, what would you have done in Aaliyah's shoes? Where does true strength come from, fists or character? Drop your thoughts below, because in this dojo, everyone gets a say. Hit like, subscribe, and stick around for the next story. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one teaching us all what power really means.